Who would have ever thought the QIA would turn its facilities over to the naked bookseller? That's only a beginning. If I cut my hair a bit, it's amazing how much I would look so much more like all of you. I have 2 trophies in the past year, both of which I have not been aware I was even competing against the possibility of becoming what became. I'll explain. First of all, the most recent of which is the Section D, Explore Arizona section of the Arizona Republic a week ago Saturday, quirky Quartzsite. And as you read the article, which continues all over the back page, it's really not so much about Quartzsite, but it had a lot to say about reality. You see, he starts out by informing all of Arizona that it indeed was cold for a little itty-bitty bit of our winter. And we did see a little bit of snow. And so he decided, since he was going to do a feature story on the trails in the Martinez Lake region south of Quartzsite, he would come to Quartzsite and see not snow on the saguaros, but, as he puts it here, I stopped at Reader's Oasis Books in Quartzsite to find that the naked bookstore guy wasn't naked. He was wearing a shirt. I have inadvertently become the living barometer of when it's cold in Quartzsite. The other trophy, I can't believe what was once I thought just a quicked-off remark in my store would become reality. But I take a lot of pictures with these women and all, but not so many alone with a male photographer. This fellow told me he does cover pictures for a journal, and maybe my picture would show up as one of his covers someday. So he says, do you mind if I take a picture of your face? Well, I couldn't believe it. I got a call from Germany. Snowbirds come from everywhere, but he happened to have been a visitor once around here. And he explained that I was on the cover of his monthly issue of a very, very high muckety-muck journal. Well, lo and behold, I have lived long enough to finally become another pretty face in the right place at the right time. Yeah, but it blew me away because this is the journal doctors and nurses and people who deal professionally with geriatrics. That's us, you know, when we're not here in Quartzsite. This is their journal, and they said something really nice about the whole thing here. I didn't have an article about me. I was just, like I say, another pretty face. It said, cover photograph. Paul Weiner is a musician who was part of the scene.
Hello, where do you get the pretty face?
I'm not surprised you doubt the veracity of my statements, but you see, Ralph, you're looking at an angle where it's really difficult to ascertain my face, and from his point of view, this is what he sees. It says here, I'm a musician who was part of the scene in the 60s and 70s. He now runs the Reader's Oasis bookstore in Quartzsite, Arizona, where he welcomes aging snowbirders from all over the US and Canada. His stage name is Sweet Pie, and he still rocks his audience with boogie-woogie piano. I guess I'm going to send that applause on to him. because it probably took chutzpah. There's other words for the same damn things to do that. I'm just so grateful. Who would have ever thought Sweet Pie, after a 25-year career playing to over 1.5 million people in blue-collar worker nightclubs, colleges, ski resorts, and beach resorts all over the East Coast and coast to coast through Canada for 25 years, would ever live long enough doing what he did naked in bar rooms to begin with to ever be a senior citizen. That's why I feel blessed. At 72, I'm still able to do what I did 42 years ago. I think it's better, but that's because I'm so prejudiced still being able to do it at this age. You know, if you do something long enough, steady enough, after a while, people either grow to like it or to learn to live with it. I think in a nutshell, that's the story of my many lives. I'm going to start out with a tune. We're going to play a lot more music this year than in previous years because I want to celebrate the reunion of my old schoolhood best friend, Will Peroni. He's now old Willie Boy. Kind of a reminder of where I'm getting to be. Together, we played this kind of music as kids. So what we do on stage is just so natural to us. You're in our home, sitting in our living room. We're having a ball, and even better, you're here to share it with us. To begin with, let me introduce over here Ralph Martin, who's spent the better part of 30 years almost playing music as part of the Quartzsite winter music scene, and beforehand had a whole career as a union musician. He had a band. His instrument of note, though, was the one-string wash-tub bass. And this man is so good at what he does, it makes my music better, not only for me, but for all of you too. I'm enjoying being able to share time on stage with a musician capable of making my music better. And that's what I like so much about having Ralph behind me. Anything he does behind my back, I don't know. This is an absolute relationship of trust between neighbors. And Ralph is the most married man in the U.S. I forget how many, dozens and dozens of married, how many?
56.
56 times this man has been married.
No wonder you have no money.
To the same woman. And he tells me sometimes more than once in a day. Can you imagine having a hot dog for a honeymoon? Ralph, I feel blessed to be with you, pal. And we'll start out together. This is a song I used to sing in my old cabaret days as Sweet Pie. And I'm going to perhaps borrow one or two of you in order to make the song seem more real. This is a song called Don't Rock the Boat. I'm cruising this woman. Oh, you really look swell. Hey, I know. She's your girl, sir, I can tell. Will I ever get a chance, or is this just all a song and dance? I say don't rock the boat, or the boat won't float. Hey, let's all shake hands. Yeah, you all come in a stranger now, please act like friends. All right, Ralph. sniffing poontang perfume. Ain't heard that in a long time. Want you paint your face a bit? Sure know how to make good of it. Will I ever get my chance? Or is it all the song and dance? I say you don't rock the boat, or the boat won't float. Ooh, let's shake hands. You come on in here, stranger, now, please act like a friend. You folks must have been in almost every show I did. Almost. They're the garlic brothers from the Seamless Rainbow Garden Spaghetti Dinner. It's great to play on a stage where you recognize the people in the front row. It's an odd couple, but then again, times have changed. There's an awful lot of blondes in the audience. I never thought I would attract a house that's more than 50% platinum blonde. Yeah, and you know, look at him too. You figure if it's good for them, it's good for you. Why not? Me, I'm just an old nudist who runs a bookstore now. In the 25 years I was sweet pie, that's 1.5 million people watched this guy naked. And then, much to a few people's surprise, the same guy went on stage with his old chum, who you'll meet in a minute. It wasn't Ralph. He wasn't going to do that show with me because I was going to be naked. That was the first time Quartzsite ever got to see a sweet pie show because we live streamed it from the theater in New York City. I played downtown Manhattan at the same theater Hair used to perform in. Standing room only and an ovation. It was 92 and 93 degrees every day I was in New York City. To me, it was 15 degrees cooler than when I got on the airplane in Phoenix. So I was feeling great. I walked around New York City just like I run my bookstore. People from all over the world were taking pictures of me thinking I was part of what Times Square means about New York City to the world. I posed with a cop in each arm. Now, I got to admit, I did see officers occasionally talk to their caller, or actually hold a handheld device and obviously phoning about me because I kept looking up. And they never so once has bothered me because in 1971, I won in federal court and became the line of the law for free speech, verbally and physically. The American Civil Liberties Union was my attorney, and one of the things I wanted to do in New York was thank the naked cowboy for using the freedom I fought for. And we had a great meeting together, right there on the streets. I was more naked than him. I told him that's why we had so little in common. I said I would never be caught dead outside on the streets in my underpants. I want to introduce next to the stage a really, 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 really close and good friend. Although most of our adult life, we were in pursuits apart from each other. But we grew up as kids playing the music you're going to hear and sharing on stage tonight. He and I met in junior high school, Pickering Junior High School. He met on the day I suffered my second greatest defeat in my personal musical budding career back then as a young child interested in music because I loved Fats Domino. Now, what happened in junior high school was tragic because I was disqualified from what was a sure win in the talent show. And it was a compulsory talent show. Not meaning you had to perform, but if you were in school that day, you had to go. So the whole school assembled in the auditorium, and one by one the acts came and did their thing. And then it came to Paul Weiner, 9th grade. We'll play piano solo, Tammy. Then a popular tune by Debbie Reynolds, I hear the cottonwoods whispering above. She was in love. Me, even program said that didn't matter. I just learned how to play Since I Met You Baby by Ivory Joe Hunter. And I played it, and I was disqualified from the competition and disqualified from the show for not following the program. Story of my life. I should have seen the warning signs anyhow, and never entered anything like a talent show because in the 3rd grade I suffered my greatest defeat in an effort to be great at music. And that's when you used to point your finger at the notes on the book in front of you and follow the teacher and go, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Remember? Well, back then I wasn't as skilled as I am now. And consequently, I was asked to lip sync the words because my monotone was throwing the whole class off. To my surprise, I outlived 25 years naked in bars playing boogie-woogie and blues to people who would often get a little too happy to remember really where they were. I came through unscathed, thank God, and my next show here at the QIA after tonight will be January 30th. Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, January 30th, right in the big fist peak of it all. I want to introduce my old friend, Old Willie Boy, Will Peroni from Salem, Massachusetts, where he left snow 8 feet high on both sides of it. Salem, Massachusetts. My old buddy, Will Peroni. Hey, here. Yeah, there you go. It's dramatic, but it's not original. Despite having been sweet pie, when I was 8 years old and normal, I went to see the Barnum and Bailey Circus. And the greatest clown I think ever lived, Emmett Kelly, the true Joey, so to speak, a real true Joey. He started at one end of the 3-ring circus with a customer holding onto his glove and backed his way through 3 rings of circus all the way to the other side, and darn if the thing didn't just let loose as he fell in the lap of a surprise patron. That's been in my show ever since I've been sweet pie and found a woman willing to sew a bunch of sheep together to sort of pay my homage to the spirit of where clowning with something good comes from. This is a tune I'll dedicate it to all the snowbirds. This is my snowbird song. It's a rewrite of a song I've been writing and singing for perhaps 60 years. This was my road song a million years ago with Sweet Pie when it meant a lonely man alone on the road. And now it's a happy shuffle boogie song because this old man has identified with so many other people my age. I just feel so privileged to still be alive with you. This is called I'm Headed Home. I call my home. I live on the highway. Hey, I made an RV my home. I got an easy life. Hello, goodbyes, and I'm gone. I smile for miles. Hey, I'll be a friend. I smile for miles. Hey, I'm a friend to the end. And if the old cookies crumble, we'll just live off crumbs again. It's a long old highway, the roads I call home. It's a long highway, okay, I made it, I'll be my home. Easy life, hey, hello, hello, goodbyes, and I'm gone. Take it on, Willie Boy. I've been in your hometown. Hey, that's where I bought me new shoes. Yeah. I've been in your hometown. That's where I bought me new shoes. Ain't nothing like new shoes. Helps you kick the blues. I live on the highway. All the roads I roam. Hey, I live on the highway. Made an RV my home. Someday I'll take the exit marked heaven, 'cause I'm heading home. And that's where perhaps 35% of the snowbirds who would still be here are now. That's the difference. And this is a year where it really started to show. And even more so, I think, last year. But 35% less snowbirds in the whole country. The World War II generation that created the lifestyle are now in their reward. So I dedicate the spirit of that song to them too, because I know somewhere down the line there's that road for us as well. I hope by then it'll be a road you're happy to take. That would make a difference in how it would be good to go. I want to sing a song that I share in every show because it is indeed my blues. All my life I did a career singing blues that I've absorbed from other people. I'll give you an example. Let's do Kansas City. A song I never learned, you just absorb it, you know? I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas, here I come. I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas, here I come. They got the crazy women there, and I wanna meet me one. Stand on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. Yeah! Stand on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. I'll drink good cold liquor, and I'll drown in wine. I'm going to Kansas, Kansas, here I come. I'm going to Kansas. Here I come. They got the crazy women there. I wanna be the one. Oh. I'll take a plane, I'll take a train. If I got a hitch, I'm gonna get there the same. Kansas City, Kansas, here I come. They got the crazy women there, and I wanna meet you one. Oh, no. Like I was saying, my real blues came when I lost my sweet daughter. That's blues. No, maybe being born black is a similar sort of blues. It's one I never knew. I just love the music that came from it. But now I hit a blues, no matter how happy I could be at any given time, that blues would still be part of the source of the energy I felt in my heart. And rather than think of it as pain, it took years to write a song that would give me my flow to joy. And that's what blues are supposed to do, be your flow to joy. And I learned to live with the beautiful pride and pleasure of having been that wonderful girl's dad. The memories that were so good are so strong, they somehow, they don't push the pain aside. They just double its worth for the time it takes to feel this flow of joy. Your real blues expressed, let out so the world can hear the sound of someone happier than they were just a moment ago. That's blues. That's my compulsion to perform is to share this song. Hello, Celia. The song I wrote to help my blues over the loss of my daughter and my wife's very bestest friend. For her, the loss was even greater in ways only a woman knows. For me, it's the strength of every moment of joy I had is because I learned real joy with her. New day with my memory of you. I start each new day with my memory of you. I say hello, Celia, honey. What are we gonna do? Oh, maybe play all day, just like we used to do. Maybe take a walk in the woods, hit those wildflowers too. Honey, I smile when I'm missing you. I say hello, Celia, hello, hello, hello. I start each new day with my memory of you. I say, hello, Celia, honey, you are my blues. I say, hello, Celia, honey, you make me happy too. I say, hello, Celia, hello, hello, hello. Say hello, Celia, hello, hello, hello. I say hello, Celia, honey, honey, honey. I love you so. I say hello, Celia. Hello, hello, hello. I say hello, Celia. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Celia, honey. I love you so. I feel so naked without my pouch. I mean, you know, times have changed. Years ago, you saw a guy acting anything like this. He became the immediate reason why you didn't like walking down the streets of big cities where you were just a visitor. No one knew you were there, and who would care? Nowadays, you see a guy going like this. Hell, he don't look weird, not if he has a dead old cell phone out of the trash can. He looks normal. What an amazing difference going on. People actually dealing with the real world with one hand because the other hand is holding a $400 instrument. I mean, so precious, my gosh. And they text instead of write. They text instead of talk. They text instead of being with each other, just gabbing a bit. I mean, and to do it meaningfully and get enough words into so small a space, they need to abbreviate. And because of that, whole words are getting lost to the new generation. Like earlier I used the word poontang. I mean, even in its abbreviated form, it doesn't have the panache of what your great-grandfather used behind the back gate. And oh my gosh, have non-profit organizations suffered because of this abbreviation in texting. For instance, orgasm, a perfectly common word, abbreviated becomes ORG, and every non-profit corporation in the country starts getting vicious emails. I still take the chance of snapping my nose in my shell-style cell phone, which I still haven't mastered, but I've learned wallpapering. And there's a picture of me in case I lose it. I've taken one selfie in my life, and that was to identify my phone as mine. Well, let's boogie a bit. Let's start kicking it. This is a song called Sleeping All Alone in My Lover's... Yes, Scott. Oh, yes, I forgot. I have another performer with us. Now, equally important, it's just he's 85 and I'm letting him rest out part of the second show for a moment or two. Come on up here, Jerry Mullins. Jerry Mullins has been one of the core figures of the music scene in Quartzsite for almost 30 winters. He's been in countless bands and been featured in countless jams and plays with countless bands, and has shared his love of music with people here as just part of what made Quartzsite unique. And 10 years ago, he started in on me. Paul, come on up here and join us for a tune. Well, I told him, you play country and western, I don't. And I told him other things like that. And 10 years, twice a year, that's 20 good excuses, and still kept his friendship. He was the longest nagger I've ever endured in my life, and the best man about it, because part of his constant drive to get me out of my reticence to perform was what brought me to the stage. Well, the first show I did in Quartzsite was here at the QIA. Hell, 800 people came to see what I looked like in clothing. They had no idea what I was going to do. I mean, they knew I played a little piano. They had no idea what I was up to. And there's Ralph on stage with me, Ralph over here, Jerry Mullins over there. And we performed a night those people still talk about and remember. That show is the DVD. The entire 2.5-hour extemporaneous, absolutely impromptu experience of that concert is on that video. We're hoping through tonight's video with Todd here that we'll be able to get plenty of footage from the real show to make another video, and we can sell that and share, and let these musicians share in a little gold mine without having to dig and break your back and work an extra few bucks from something called royalty. Because they are royalty in my mind. These three men truly changed my music so much for me. I was excited for this day for weeks because it changes every way I play the music that's grown so familiar to me. Hell, my song's different. That's Boogie. This is called Sleeping All Alone in My Lover's Bed. This is a song Willie and I used to play back as Sweet Pie. I've changed the words a little so that the ribald tune will be a little more appropriate. I like it better this way anyways, because this is the way I play it now. This is called Sleeping All Alone in My Lover's Bed, and it's a good rule of advice to a lot of drifting guys, you know. Viagra had the combination of Viagra and a pickup truck that really works well. This is sleeping all alone in my lover's bed. I mean, if she has to be away, there's one safe place to be. Boogie! Some folks call me a train. The same nosy people call my woman a fan. She's away this week, trying to make some bread, doing any old thing to keep a poor man fed. Hey, 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 hey. Trouble can't get to me when I sleep alone in my lover's bed. I say, please come home. I feel kind of tired making love all alone. She said a few more days, things will be all right, fine. Lonely hearts cry in their jug of wine. Hey, 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 hey. Trouble can't get to me when I sleep alone in my lover's bed. All right. Get up here. All right, Ralph. I read her magazines, I read most her books, kissed my dreams goodnight and miss the boogie she cooks. Went long as it takes for what keeps me a man, till then a bird in the bush is worth two of the land. Hey, 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 hey. Trouble can't get to me when I sleep alone in my lover's bed. Now some girls made a pass, I survived the itch. I feel kind of bad and mad, I don't know which. I drunk myself to death, but look, I'm still alive. I'm too much in love, I'm too young to die. Hey, 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 hey. Trouble can't get to me when I sleep alone in my lover's bed. Hey. I feel a little like Kenny Rogers. This vest, you see, I'm a nudist in my hobby all my life. I've been naked 55 years in public. 55 years in public, and lo and behold, what hobby would I have buying used clothing in yard sales where it's really cheap, because you're not going to wear it very often. Come on, it makes sense. Well, to tell you the truth, I have a lot of clothes, and I discovered tonight, when I had an occasion to wear something, I opened my closet, couldn't decide what to wear, just like you. I brought everything I could think of, all of which was bought here in yard sales in Quartzsite. This vest was 25 cents at Little Al's Acre, oh, maybe 14, 15 years ago. Made in USA, it's good forever. I wanted to put on my cowboy shirt. I know, you don't think this is a cowboy shirt. I'm telling you it is. This is contemporary custom Western wear, near as I can tell, and I'll give you my evidence right up. You see, I was at the Prescott Valley Swap Meet as Paul Weiner, not then known as the Naked Bookseller, because I was in someone else's hometown. So I just wore little shorts. And lo and behold, guy across the aisle from me sets up two of these easy ups and puts in clothes racks, and within moments has emptied a 10-wheel truck. Hundreds and hundreds of these Western shirts, all on hangers. Your choice, $2. I watched, and he sold hundreds of shirts. Even I bought one. And except for me, I was the only person who bought a shirt that was not wearing cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. I don't care if it was rodeo week in Prescott, that didn't matter. This is contemporary Western wear. It sort of confuses you a bit because I look so normal from here up. There we go. Now you tell me, 200 more pounds, wouldn't I look a little like Dan Walker? We're going to do a song I'm not going to sing. This is a song my good pal and great friend Jerry Mullins, who, by the way, will be appearing as Jerry and Friends, an original gathering of his lifelong musical friends to play at Celia's Rainbow Gardens for the free lunch and dance and party in the town park on March 15th, high noon. So you can go to church and thank God and then come and enjoy it. We have a wonderful time. They feed 500 to 600 people. And it's an all-you-can-eat burger and hot dogs and salads galore and my wife's famous coleslaw. And boy, am I glad when that event is over and our little trailer becomes a home again instead of a food factory. But it's a wonderful time and we urge you to come and celebrate Celia's Rainbow Gardens. A commitment to remembering those we want to associate with Quartzsite, named for my daughter and so well developed by so many good volunteers. Oh yes, I transgressed, but for worthwhile cause. The other one is the 16-piece Jimmy Dorsey Orchestra with the vocalist, doing the traditional, authorized, original Jimmy Dorsey arrangements to some of the greatest big band jazz music in the world. 16 pieces, not on this stage, but a stage they've already constructed the parts of that will fill, it will almost triple the size of the stage to accommodate the full orchestra and show. There'll be a dance floor and seating for the concert. And it's a show, how many times in your lifetime is something that great coming to Quartzsite? Me, I'm playing a show the next day at 1:30 in the afternoon in the same hall, probably up front on the same giant stage. And I'm playing in the shadow of what will be one of the greatest entertainment events in Quartzsite's history. So think about getting a ticket. It's assigned seating, they have a chart, they actually show you where you're going to sit, and the dance floor. Oh, this is going to be a beautiful event. My show comes the next day, sort of a chaser, and then I'll be playing in the park, along with Jerry and Ralph and all the friends at Celia's Gardens. So let's play music. This is, huh? Yes, yes. You know, your short-term memory is by far much better than mine. Well, that's why I choose to celebrate how wonderful age is, because long-term memory is so vivid, so real, that whenever you forget what you're talking about, all you've got to do is keep talking about something different, and it will amaze whoever was suddenly confused while listening to you. It's one of those conundrums. You can try and figure it out all your life, but basically what I'm saying is sound advice. It works. For example, if you're looking for miracles, why bedevil your life in a quest to see a miracle when all you've got to do is understand that there is a miracle so close and so obvious to each one of us that to not notice it would in itself be a miracle. I mean, honestly, think about it. No matter who you are, tall, short, fat, thin, mean, happy, nice, cold, black, white, brown, confused, don't matter what. No matter what. Everybody on this earth, each one of us, in ourself only, is absolute, complete, total miracle. We are the perfect, without doubt, absolutely no dispute. We are the perfect example of what is so true to perfection, when it comes comfortably to finally agreeing to be the wonderful, total success each one of us in ourselves is. We would not have made this song if it wasn't to prove that point. Yes, the last of the smooth generations, taking our teeth out at night with pride. We're smooth as those dreams roll on. I was going to have Jerry sing the song, now that he's caught his breath.
Now I'm kind of depressed. But I'm here for a very special reason. I'm their token country guy.
That's why I dressed up.
Did you want me to do a song, Paul?
Yes, I do, just to prove you're more than a token.
Well,
Hell, you're a silver dollar of it.
I know 2 songs. One of them's awfully simple and the other one is simply awful. So, whichever one comes out is hard to tell. This song that I'd like to try to do, a friend of mine wrote probably about 25 years ago. He was a great musician, loved RVing. We spent a lot of time out on the desert together. And most everyone that has spent time out there or is spending time out on the desert with RVs has used one of those little blue tanks we call a Blue Boy. And he wrote this song about the Blue Boy. And too bad he's not around to sing it because he done a much better job than I do. But anyway, that's what it's all about. It's what we call the little Blue Boy Blues. I got the Blue Boy Blues from pulling that blue boy around. I got the Blue Boy Blues from pulling that blue boy around. I got the Blue Boy Blues 'cause we don't live in town. Well, I hooked up my rig, it's a little blue thing. The hose slipped off, sprayed all over my jeans. I got the Blue Boy Blues from pulling that blue boy around. I got the Blue Boy Blues 'cause we don't live in town. I got some on the tires, some on the ground. My face turned red and my sneakers turned brown. I got the Blue Boy Blues, pulling that blue boy around. I got the Blue Boy Blues 'cause we don't live in town. Well, the day I got sick, my wife took my place. Came back from the dump with a look on her face. She had the Blue Boy Blues, pulling that blue boy around. She had the Blue Boy Blues 'cause we don't live in town. You know that?
I love some more. Let's just do a harmonica blast to this old tune. Jerry Mulligan.
He mentioned the party out at the park on March the 14th, 15th, March the 15th. We'll be playing for about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes so with a little group I put together. We can dance. We're waiting for them to get ready for the dinner. And we'll be able to, I've got some 4 great musicians. Some of them I played with them for 20 years here at Quartzsite. So come out and do a little dancing with us while we're waiting for them to get all set up for dinner. And then Paul will also be playing out that day.
All right, we're going to finish up with the tune so we can all take what's called that important pee break. We made the biggest human cue in the history of the world in Guinness Book, but this is for the most commonplace pee break. Just before the big cue. And then there'll be another show to go with a lot more music. We have a lot more tunes we want to be sure to get on the video and to share with you. We're going to finish with a song that I'll think of his name in a minute, but Hoochie J. McShann and his band played it. It was Jimmy Witherspoon sang it in the 40s. Prices getting steeper, money getting cheaper. I mean, it makes so much sense as a song. I can't believe it wasn't rewritten today. This is a song called Prices Getting Steeper, and it's a good old-fashioned mid-40s boogie-woogie. Prices getting steeper, money getting cheaper. I had a wife, I couldn't afford to keep her. The times tougher than tough. Oh yeah, things rougher than rough. I can't save no money, I just keep spending the stuff. I went to get the pork chops, I thought I'd get a pound. Could buy 1 chop with all my money down. Tougher than tough. The pit things are rougher than rough. I can't save no money, just keep spending the stuff. All right. Telling people, cut down on your meat. Hey, cut the price, let the people eat. Times tougher than tough. Make things rougher than rough. I can't save no money, I just keep spending the stuff. Will Peroni, Old Gray Boy, Jerry Mullins, and Ralph Martin, and Joanne Simpson. I'll be back in about 15 minutes, so hang in.